I make this video, it is late at night. I've just watched a video of the story put out by Channel 9 in relation to a young lady that was unlawfully and without lawful excuse manhandled by the police in New South Wales. And the Premier, who is nothing but a liar and a traitor, and the Police Commissioner, you sir are a liar and a traitor as well, are exercising authority which you do not have. You cannot put out social distancing. That is a fraud. That is a lie. You can recommend we stay that distance. You cannot enforce it. Fined $1,000, you liar. She was summoned at a later date to appear before a court. You had no right to ask her name. She wasn't committing any offence. You were. You, the police, are not sworn officers of the Crown. No Crown, no authority. That is our law. The people are sovereign and supreme. Page 676 of our Constitution, the last paragraph says the Parliament is not supreme, and the very essence of federation is that that must be so. The Parliament, like everybody else, is subject to the law and must abide by it. Now, one of you idiots who sit in that Parliament decided you're going to have a national cabinet. Nonsense. It doesn't exist in the Constitution. You can't have it. You do not have the right to do what you like. You are subject to the law. Now, 69 of the Constitution, on a date or dates to be proclaimed by the Governor-General after the establishment of the Commonwealth, the following departments of the public service in each state shall become transferred to the Commonwealth. Do you understand that? Listen to this. Posts, telegraphs and telephones, naval and military defence, lighthouse, lightships, beacons and buoys, quarantine. So do not go on our TVs that we pay the electricity to run and lie to us, Premier, lie to us, Commissioner, lie to us, police. You do not have authority to quarantine us. Now, Scott Morrison, you have no authority to quarantine us. Do you understand that? You have no authority to make laws, propose laws. Go read page 701 of our Constitution. It lists your position. Nothing. No mention of the Prime Minister. You are the foreman of the Parliament. Premier, you're the foreman of your state Parliament. Every single person, before they exercise authority in this country, must swear the oath contained in our Constitution. You haven't, Premier, so you're a traitor. You've breached the oath you owe to us. Commissioner, you've breached the oath you owe to us, the people. Don't worry about, oh, she shouldn't have had the kid there. How dare you touch that child? Every single one of yous handle people with diseases according to you. Round up people that are too close because they have this fictitious disease. But even if it isn't fictitious, you still have no authority. And as for asking their name and address, that's not your business. I told someone yesterday to give it to them because I didn't want to see her shoved around. I know her medical condition. It is easier to give it. But somebody who stands up and refuses, unless you see her committed an offence, you can't touch her. Quarantine, you don't have any authority to quarantine anybody. This Constitution says clearly in section 69. Now, does the state have the right to override the Constitution? No. I don't care what laws you passed in 1902, giving yourself authority to override our Constitution. You don't have it. Don't have it. Police are not officers of the Crown anymore. They're public officers, employees of companies. You can lie, you can cheat, You can come on TV sprouting all this nonsense. So she breached your quarantine law. It's not a law. It isn't a law. You can't make a law. I just read it to you. That is even in your own green mucus book. It is in a Commonwealth Constitution Act 1900 UK. It is in our Constitution 1901. You cannot make a law in relation to quarantine, which means no social distancing, no locked up in your houses. That's all lies, all fraud, all treason. Get it? Now, are you sovereign? No, you're not. Page 791, the middle of the last paragraph states, neither the federal nor the state government are sovereign bodies. They're simply legislatures with limited authority. If they attempt to pass a law in excess of that authority, the law is a nullity and affords no obedience. You passed a law in relation to quarantine. You had no authority. She can disobey it. You can't ask her for her name. She wasn't breaking any law. You police must know it. You're exercising authority over people. You must know the law. You don't know it? Tough. You're committing treason and fraud. You assaulted that woman by touching her. And you little Gestapo woman with your cap down, pretending to be a toughie, how dare you act the way you did? Twisted a thumb, bruised it, twisted a wrist, we saw that. How dare you touch her without authority? You are not a police officer. And you are all personating officers of the Crown. You got crowns on your badges and haven't sworn the oath. So you're not. Your constitutions in your states only continue subject to our constitution. In other words, if there's anything in your state constitution that doesn't comply with ours, it's gone, finished. You cannot exercise it. Don't like that, tough. That's our constitution. Our law. The people's law. You are a nothing. New South Wales, you allowed a lunatic to run around calling himself some stupid name, abusing authority, and what'd you do with him? Have you prosecuted him yet? No. He's still a lunatic running loose on the street, pretending to be a cop. I'm disgusted in the way you people behave. Overreacting, crying like little sooky bubs because somebody didn't come out and assist me, you poor little things. When I was a cop, you treated people with respect. You made them do what they were told when it was the law, not acts and statutes that are not signed off by a governor. Then they're not valid. You can lie all you like, but you cannot change a lie into the truth. Justice is the application of truth. And you idiots at Channel 9, the way you reported was disgusting. Try telling the truth for once in your life. Don't say you do, because my wife and I, whenever you come near us, we record it and play it back. And what you say is not what you say at the time. You lie. You cheat. You bend and crawl to the government. You think we don't know? We're finding out. That's why I filed the charges against you. You are going to stand trial for treason. Chapter 3, Section 76, page 795, the fourth paragraph of our Constitution. You exercise authority in this country. You state where in this Constitution you get your authority from. So tell us, smart aleck, Premier of New South Wales. Tell us, smart aleck cops. Tell us, smart aleck Commissioner of Police. And you tell us, media. You're the one mouthing off about she's breached your quarantine laws. You can't have quarantine laws, you moron. You don't like the word moron? That's someone who continually acts stupid when you're told the law. You understand me? You don't have those powers. You don't. Our Constitution says so. The states are created under 107, 108 and 109 of our Constitution and draw their authority referentially from that Constitution. Not only does the Constitution state that, the High Court stated that in HCA 48 of 1996 at paragraph 17. It explains fully what 106 means. Read it and weep. Did you have residual powers? No, you're a liar. There are no residual powers from the colonies to the states. Don't lie and say there is, there isn't. Because of Clause 7 of the Constitution. The colonies and the Australasian Council were wiped out on the 9th of July 1900 by the proclamation of our Constitution. Read it and weep. Read section 51, subsection 38, explains it clearly. There was no authority for the Australia Act. It's a lie. Don't pull that nonsense. And as for political parties running this country, you're a liar. You are there to represent us, not your political parties. You never look straight in the face of anybody. You're always looking up at an angle and everywhere else. This is a Premier I'm talking about, because you have got nothing to say that is lawful. You're a liar and a traitor. You don't like that? Bring me before a lawful court, not your stupid courts that you call courts. They're commercial gatherings. Am I angry? I'm angry when you abuse people and toss them around, hurt them, and then lie to excuse it. And that's what you're doing, lying to excuse it. The commissioner, all she had to do was give her a name and address. She didn't have to give it to you. There was no requirement. You can't pass a law requiring her to give it. If she committed an offence, yes, she didn't. Because, there you go, no quarantine laws. Our Constitution says so. Yours says so. And yours and ours in section 42 says you can't do anything. You can't sit in your parliament. You can't sit anywhere without taking the lawful oath contained in our Constitution. And you, Premier, didn't take it. You, Commissioner, you didn't take it.
And they kidnapped the children.
And you kidnapped that child, yes. As my wife said, you kidnapped that child because you had no authority to take it. Now, you sleep with that in your hot little head. And Channel 9, look to Tracy Grimshaw. I watch her show. Majority of time, she's about the most honest person there. The rest of you are as thick as a brick. Time to wake up and tell the truth. Stop lying to the public. We're awake up to you. You're false reporting all the time. You think I'm ranting? No, I'm not. I'm very, very clear-minded. And I'll tell you now, no crown, no authority. The piece of thing on your badge, which is in the shape of a crown, is not the crown I'm talking about. Oath of allegiance contained in our Constitution, or no authority. Get it? Till then, you're traitors. Even Scott Morrison. There's no Queen of Australia. She's the monarch. Don't lie and try and pretend your way out of it. You didn't swear the lawful oath. You are not who you say you are. You are masquerading as an officer of the Crown. All of you know this. You are going to stay in trial soon. We the people have got you, and you are not going anywhere except jail. And guess what? You've overturned our Constitution. Ours and the Commonwealth Constitution Act. The penalty is imprisonment for life. You hear that? How would you feel, Premier, when you're in jail with all the women that you've treated so bad? You think they're going to treat you nice? No. No, you're going to get something you don't like, the biggest flogging of your life. And guess what? You deserve it. And Commissioner, yeah, you're in the same boat. While you push this nonsense and these nonsense laws, your National Cabinet is nothing more than COAG, which we said you can't have in 1999. We said you can't have it. You can't have the Republic. You think you're going to get it? Well, you're not. You're not. You don't understand just how many people in this country are ready to stand up, and when you leave work to go on your home, get rid of you, dispose of you. I've been telling them for years not to do it. I don't agree with it, but I would not stand in their way. I don't want to get killed because of you idiots. You idiots who will not listen. Our Constitution is the law. Abide by it. Try saying sorry for once. Try kicking that policewoman in the butt and telling her, keep your hands off people without a lawful reason. No, you have no quarantine. 69 of our Constitution says so. Your state constitution must comply. And so there's no such thing as emergency health powers. You have none. The only quarantine is on the perimeter of our country. Go and have a look at it. It's called a boundary, 12 nautical miles off sea. What did you do about that? You and your national cabinet and ScoMo allowed these people to come in. Now what are you doing? We're still locked down and you're letting all these students come in from the very country that you reckon this virus came from. And you're letting them come in. You filthy, lying traitors. Don't expect me to be nice to you. I'm not going to. And I hope the people of this country stand up and mop the floor with you at the next elections. Because you're going to run them according to our Constitution. Or you're not going to run them. Get the picture? You understand that? We the people are the Commonwealth. You are our slaves. Paid slaves. Get that? You'll never be any better than there. Because that's where you are. You are there, paid to serve us, to pass laws for us, not over us. And those laws, above everything, must comply with this, state or federal. They have to comply with this. And Chapter 3, Section 76, page 795 says, you must state where you get your authority from. So state it, because you don't have it. Get my picture? Now, I feel sorry for that poor reporter that tripped in front of the car and got a foot run over. Serves you right, you shouldn't have been there. What happened to your social distancing from the car? That had a virus that's called a wheel that run over your foot, you dumb clown. Wake up. Wake up. Oh, you want sympathy? It's in the dictionary. Have a look at the words either side of it. You'll get the picture. Wake up to yourself. That's all I got to say to you clowns. Try telling the truth for once. If you know what it is, the truth is justice. Your lies are not.
Well done, my darling.